pump number 1 here at this Pilot. 301, well, 219 is the current. It's early, I need coffee. 219 is the current gas price here right on the Alabama Panhandle. Got the self-pumping nozzle here. There's the sign. Alabama state line. And the Welcome Center. Next exit. Welcome Center and rest area combination. With a lighthouse built to the roof line of it there. It's like a beacon saying, you're almost home. You've almost made it out of the cold. Current temperature is about 45 degrees. And here is a fish. It is no longer freezing temperatures. 45 degrees feels incredibly warm in comparison to what I have been dealing with for the last week. Well, not quite a week. A day or so shy of a week. And I am not shy to show my face even at 5:45 a.m. under the shroud of daylight as it starts to appear. Nothing says stress like driving through ice, blizzard-like conditions across most of Interstate 10. Some of I-10 was closed down, so it takes a few detours. But I have successfully made it back to unslick land. Oh, that's good. I should be back to Celebration, Florida by this evening, or at least early afternoon. And I am very happy about that. This journey has been an adventurous one, and to think, I almost flew. The only reason I did not board a plane is I wanted to get my personal vehicle, my car, from the West Coast to the East Coast and have it most of the time in Florida. In the future, I'll be renting cars to go back and forth, but I will keep my personal vehicle in Central Florida. That was the plan. That's what started this whole conundrum. And I'm almost done. I'm talking way too much. I'm hitting the road. I'm inviting you to join me for the final day of this road trip. There'll be others, and I'll be doing a lot of stuff around Florida, but I'm inviting you to join me, shall you? Also, before heading on, show inside this rest stop, there's a octopus, a squid here, and there's some other sea creatures along the tile. It is not a lot of people in here. It's very quiet. Okay, I'm heading out. Getting out of here. The sun should be rising very soon. Very soon. You can just kind of see it's also a little cloudy. Might get some rain. But no ice. Oh yes. That I am joyous of. Also will not be in Alabama for very long at all once you go through Mississippi, which was in the southern tip of Mississippi and didn't drive too far. A couple hours through there, and Alabama will be even a shorter commute to make it over to the Florida state line. Just have to go through Mobile under the water tunnel, which I will be documenting. Here are some notable figures here etched on the side of this. Is this a shell? I'm not sure. It might be. Judging by the fish over there and the pelican under the lighthouse, it could be. Ah, the interstate system. I-10. I have become, well, I was familiar with you to begin with, but this trip I stayed the course on you. You served me well. must also mention and say that I am not a real big advocate of the freeway and interstate system when it comes to seeing interesting things like this rooster or chicken of the very large persuasion and his buddy that is hanging out in the back of an El Camino here. This is the kind of thing I love seeing. I like going at a slow pace through small towns and back roads and the nooks and crannies of Americana that you don't really get on the interstates. However, this was an exception. This road trip was a serious exception simply because taking the back roads, well, today I might kind of veer off on a couple of occasions, even though I'm just trying to get back in a timely manner. Most of the trip I've been on the interstate because it's the only place you could drive in the snow and ice without the fear of getting stuck on a moment-by-moment basis because of the snow plows and the salting of the roads, etc. But this is more my speed. Kind of just poking along, idling past these beauties. All right, moving on. When I was younger, go to my grandparents in Mississippi for Christmas. We would come back to St. Cloud, Florida. We'd go through this tunnel in Mobile. My sister and I would always try to hold our breath as we went through. See if you can do it. I think it's the bay. Take a look over there, off on the shoreline. I do believe that this is a brand new Buc-ee's, at least since the last time I passed through this area. Beach Express. Maybe the first possibly in the state of Alabama. Look how many gas pumps are over there. And there is gas accessible, unlike in Texas. Some of the Buc-ee's did not have fuel. I'm gonna go in and just kind of, you know, peruse around. Just a quick little stop off. But I've never been to a Buc-ee's outside of Texas before. This is a rare occasion, and it looks like they're expanding pretty well. Oh, there's Buc-ee right over there in the corner. It's pretty neat to see how these are kind of taking over, more or less. Many years ago when I would travel through Texas, gosh, probably 2012, 2013, maybe 2011 was the first time I set foot up. It's slipping down over your mouth there, Buc-ee. You need to like pull that. I don't want to get into your personal space there, but if you would, you know, if it wasn't during these times, I would help you out by pushing that up just a little bit. Yeah. All right, I'm going down to this entrance. I think this one might be, is this one closed off? I was gonna say they were cones, but they're not. Well, I guess that technically is a cone. It's like a new school type of cone. I did get a few items inside. I didn't get any t-shirts or any, like, you know, trinkets or anything, but I did get a beverage, Dr. Pepper here. They have their nice little assortment of their own flavors, but I just decided to opt with this. And that's gonna help me wash down the couple of food items that I purchased, including something called Thru Beaver Tots. And you can see that they're got some, give me some of your tots. $1.49, and there's quite a few of them in there. And this is a Thru bacon, egg, and cheese taco. pretty good. I just love pretty much anything that has a mascot on it. I don't know why. I'm always like pulled into their tractor beams. No real rhyme or reason why I would even stop. Well, I mean, there's a rhyme or reason. You always want to get food and, you know, a little pit stop. But, you know, Big the Foot, you and Buc-ee might have a lot in common. You're both very friendly faces. Yep. I don't know. Something about mascots. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like I'm a youth at heart. Oh yes, could it be? The recent days of the frozen tundra have come to an end. Florida! Yes! Now just to clarify, I am still 450 miles from Celebration, Florida. But that does not damper my excitement of being back in Florida. It's kind of signifies the end of this nightmarish journey across icy cold temperatures. There's no ice anywhere in sight. It is 46 degrees and I am loving it. Look at this. The sun has seen better days. It's weather worn, but that's fine. I don't really need to stop because I went inside the last place, which was just down the road, but check out what's inside the Welcome Center. Some of the creatures you could find wandering around this state are the bobcat and the blue heron, and they're showing what their footprints look like down here. Now, this could be a river otter. This might be an alligator. Yeah, and the reason I know that, or that could be Bigfoot, Big the Foot's cousin. The only reason I know that is because it states right here, river otter. I was reading that. I was wrong. It's not Big the Foot's cousin, Bigfoot. It's an American alligator. Look, I can kind of put my foot next to it there. Oh yeah. I am really excited to almost be off the road of this journey. Don't really need it because I just had a beverage, but there is free OJ inside, has the hours there. Oh yeah. And I suppose I should purchase one of these, a sun pass, because usually I have a rental car when I'm out here. Haven't had my own vehicle out here since I purchased it a few years ago. And the rental cars, you can just, they utilize the tag for the toll roads, but I do not have that option now. So I should probably purchase a sun pass. Got my complimentary orange juice, and I was asking the employee at the counter about how this works. There is a $20 one and a $5 one. Since I only have one vehicle, the $5 one will work just fine. If you want the $20 one, which is a larger one, it's up to 3 vehicles. So I purchased this and then link everything up to it, utilize this touchpad, and then I am connected for tolls. Showing where I'm at now and where I'm going to be venturing, still going across the 10 freeway, and then I'm going to connect with the 75 southbound, and then that's going to connect with the turnpike, and the turnpike will veer me down to Celebration, Florida, in that area. It appears as if this ongoing saga is not over yet. Just checked the weather, and there is a tornado watch for the entire Panhandle for the next few hours. So that could get interesting. I'm just going to stay the course and power through until I can. Now, I'm no meteorologist at all. I know nothing really about the weather, but the temperature has gone up about 10 degrees in the last 20, 30, 40 miles, well, 50 miles, let's just say. I wonder if that has something to do with the weather elements. And it's a tornado watch also, not a warning. I don't think that's quite as bad. Also, do you know that Pat Sajak, I think, was a meteorologist before Wheel of Fortune? Is that even true? That was a cone. All I can really do is continue carrying on in hopes that it doesn't happen. Just keep on moving. gracefully down the interstate. About to go over a bridge here. Well, I guess it's just like a... It's not an elevated bridge, but it is a bridge. Now I'm off the bridge. Just trying to keep up with the details. You can see over off the side there, past that railing, is very murky water. If I could just get through Tallahassee and then down to 75 southbound, I'll get through this storm. Crossing my fingers. Well, not crossing them now, but I'll cross them when I have the chance. Maybe I should cross them now. Yeah, I'm going to cross them. I'm going to stop for a minute and cross them. Just to clarify, it is going to be 70 degrees in about 70 miles west of Tallahassee, and it says National Weather Service tornado watch. 70 degrees. The temperature is rising quickly. I have veered off the interstate for a bit, going through the town of Quincy, and this corner is called Adams Street. Look at that sign, Adams Street. That's a coincidence. Sky's looking a little frightening, but seems okay. It hasn't stepped up to the next level yet. Just got to get through this area. Something up here I want to check out first, though. Roll my window down just for a minute. It's just kind of drizzling. It's not pouring at this particular moment. But this revamped Gulf station kept very old school looking, but it has been painted and renovated to make it last a few more years. The vintage Coca-Cola machine out front, as well as the pumps. How cool is that? Okay. I'll roll the window up. Yeah, pretty neat. It's neat when these things get restored like this, as opposed to just kind of rotting away and sitting here. So you got the best of both worlds. You got the history of it, but then the preservation as well. Okay, moving on. Near the community of Lloyd is a former Johnny Appleseed that is now a Johnny Doughnut seed. He's holding a big donut. Kind of reminds me of one of Pee Wee Herman's dreams when he's talking to Simone. She asks, "Have you ever had any dreams?" And he says he's all alone, and there's a snake wearing a vest, and he's rolling a big donut.
Over at the hotel.
Oh, what's that?
Over at the hotel, I noticed the cup and that his hand is over in the garden.
Oh, his hand is in the garden. Okay.
Yeah, I must have fallen off.
Okay, she just said, lady drove by with a dog in the back seat, said that Johnny Appleseed's hand, oh, he has a moss-ridden hand. His hand is over at the hotel? There's a hotel over there, and rumor has it, it was just stated to me, that his hand is at the hotel. The hand is at the hotel. I don't know where the vehicle is at. I'm not sure if she wanted to be on camera, so. Nor the dog. The dog was trying to get some. Ooh, look at this ant bed down here. Watch out, Johnny. Moss-ridden Johnny holding a donut. And your hand has a room for the eve. I don't have to get a hotel tonight, Johnny. I'm heading home to my place in Celebration, Florida. I'm on a journey. It has been a, yes, it has been a heck of a road trip thus far. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? A little 7 reference for you. Is your nickname Lloyd? I know people assume that you are Johnny, but you're located in Lloyd. Well, you are swaying in the breeze. So a few miles back, there was a tornado. Not a warning, a watch. But it looks like you could weather it, or at least like, well, maybe not. Maybe that's how you lost your hand. But you seem to be stanchioned to the ground pretty well. Maybe the last tornado that rolled through dislocated that, possibly. All right, see you later. I almost called you Lloyd. See you later, Johnny. I'm gonna head home for you. Let's do it for Johnny. Let's do it for Johnny. Donut, Johnny Donut seed. I mean apple seed with a donut. Stopped off at this auto repair shop. Having a little bit of issue I was noticing while fueling up, that underneath the car, this has torn off. There's a couple of bolts that require basically like a hex key, and he's gonna, in time, he's gonna put up on the lift, see if he can take that off. I don't think it's valuable or needed. Thing is, I'm not really sure how long I've been driving on that, so a good thing I stopped and noticed it. I don't want to hit like a rock and then that rips off. It's not part of the engine. It's just kind of there to protect it, but it is definitely a hazard. Evidently it's caused, he was saying it's caused by oil change places that do not tighten the bolts. And I got my oil change before I left Southern California, so that was the culprit. They didn't tighten the bolts good enough, so he's going to see if he can find a couple bolts, and if he can't, then he's just going to remove it completely. All fixed. I definitely picked the right exit and lucked out that they were open, because if it was a day or so ago, nothing in that snow would have been opened. And they said the storm, the tornado in the Panhandle is heading this way. So they're about ready to wrap up shop as well. Big thanks to Shivers Auto Repair. They only charged me $20. I gave them $40 because I was so thankful for them doing that. All it needed was a few screws, but I did not have the screws or the proper lift to make it happen. And they did. Heading back to the interstate and try to zip home as quick as possible before this rain catches up with me. I have now turned southbound onto I-75. What a completely different scenario than everything I have seen this week. It's almost, once I got off of the 10 into Florida and headed southbound, temperature is 86 degrees right now. As I continue southward, still have a couple hundred miles to go, but wow, this is like a whole different world. Incredible. Venomous snakes are at this rest stop near Gainesville, Florida. Just saying that I'm in Florida makes me very content that I am out of the frozen tundra. But I do need to be careful. Beware of venomous snakes. And the one you really have to watch out for is in the shape of an overlook, right up there. See? That is a snake. It's a slithering serpent that stretches from this end of the rest stop all the way, the sidewalk portion over there. And you might even be able to see his eyes. Right there through the trees, through the moss. Yeah. Look at that. That serpent is overlooking the interstate. About to connect up soon with the turnpike. There comes an eagle. There comes a bird. No, it's a vulture. It's some sort of winged fowl. All right, moving on. Classic car alert. Micanopy stood in for a South Carolina town in the movie Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox. And I stopped off here because I thought it fitting, because at the end of that film, the town folk are standing right here in front of this very building, filming location. And the statement was made, back to the interstate, Ben Stone. Back to the interstate. How very fitting from my interstate cross-country trip. I did it. I made it back to Florida through all of that. Back to the interstate, off of the interstate, out of the woo. Off of the interstate. That's gonna do it for today. If you're new here, please subscribe. Helps keep you in the loop, update on future uploads here on this channel. If you enjoyed this particular episode, give it a big thumbs up, and I'm not wearing a jacket anymore. I'll see you in the next video. Yes, I'm back. I made it. The vlog is over.